In this video, I want to discuss grains and whether or not they are healthy for daily consumption or they are unhealthy. I'm sure you have heard both and opposing information as you can find anywhere with anything you research. So I want to give you what I feel from everyone I have worked with, what I have witnessed myself, and the research I have seen over the years. And ultimately, a good balance is always key, but most people do have issues with their gut microbiome, and they might have leaky gut. They might have, some autoimmune conditions where they are a little bit more sensitive to food in general. And so you really have to understand with your body how you feel when you consume grains. Now remember, not all grains are going to contain gluten, okay? But that is typically a big issue, is the grains that do contain gluten are going to be problematic for a lot of people. And even those gluten-free grains, quinoa being one of them, can be problematic when you're having them repeatedly, okay? So I've mentioned that before when it comes to gut health. If we are having things on repeat, it will eventually become somewhat inflammatory because of the overconsumption, okay? So that's why diversity is key. The more diversity we get, the more healthy, good gut bacteria we build up. And so you want to just understand where you're at in your journey. But I have found, working with a lot of women, once they do reduce, if not take out most grains, that's when they start feeling their best self. I personally notice that myself when I have grains, even if it's gluten-free oats. If I have it in small amounts in my protein bar in the morning, I'm okay. If I have a big bowl of oatmeal, I'm not feeling so good. I feel just a little bit extra in the midsection. I feel a little bit bloated and just not my best self. Now, with that being said, if I throw that into the mix sporadically, I don't necessarily notice a big problem. But if I do get in the habit of having it most days of the week, then that's where the problem lies, okay? So a few key points that you want to remember when it comes to grains is that your body, your genetic makeup will determine whether or not you're able to process those grains in an easy way or not so easy way. So genetic testing will tell you everything you need to know, as well as the Viome gut microbiome test. That will tell you information as well. But the genetic test will tell you a little bit more on a deeper level what is going on and why, and what part of the grain might be the issue. And so that's really informative. So take a look at your options there if that is something you want to consider. Another aspect of grains is that they contain nutrients, or they contain enzymes, if you will, that will make it so you're not able to absorb all the nutrients that you're consuming. So if you are nutrient deficient in things or multiple things, and you're taking supplementation and you don't know why you're still deficient, you might want to reduce your grains, because that will allow you to absorb the nutrients, vitamins, and minerals much easier. So that is something. And a lot of grains do contain high FODMAPs, which means they're going to be more gaseous, more bloating, more inflammatory than non-grains. So again, you might just feel that initial effect, and it's not so damaging to your body, but it doesn't make you feel your best self. Ultimately, you can get a lot of good quality nutrients from grains, but we want to have that good balance and understand where our body's at in that state, so you can know if you're going to do well with grains or if you're not going to do well. So I always say balance is key. If you feel that you want to take them out completely, see how you do, then by all means do so, and then sporadically sprinkle them into the mix. But again, if you're having grains and you're just having a big bowl of whatever it is, instead of having one serving along with some protein, some other additional veggies and healthy fat, your body's going to process it differently for blood sugar as well as for your gut. Okay, so always balance that meal. Hopefully this was helpful. You'll get a list of the foods that contain grains and whatnot and we'll see you in the next video.